Let's talk about the Barbie doll experiment. Now, if you don't know what the Barbie doll experiment is, this is an experiment where they take a bunch of kids who are aged 3 to 7 and they put some colored dolls, girl dolls, in front of them. And they have to say which one they favor. And they ask them to say which is their favorite and which doll is bad. This is mainly done in the newer versions of the experiment, which is what I'm going to be focusing on, because quite frankly, since there were so many issues like segregation and then going on at the time of the original experiment, because it was done in the 40s, in 1940s America, I simply do not have the range to speak about that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one thing, before we get back to the point, it's one thing for me to tell people nowadays that, oh yeah, you shouldn't be hanging on to slavery and colonialism because they're not holding back your life. Yeah, that's only true for this day and age. Oh, no. Oh, no, back then, no. Oh, no, that was definitely what was holding them back, please. I would be crazy to say otherwise. Anywho. So, in the new versions of this experiment, I watched a video on one that was done 15 years ago. I think I'll put a picture of the thumbnail, some of the thumbnail on my thumbnail. Yeah. But, so in that experiment, they had 3 dolls. OG Barbie, which is, your white, blonde, blue-eyed Barbie. You have Black Barbie. She has the very dark skin tone and the black hair. Yeah, and of course dark eyes. And Latina Barbie, who has like a brown skin tone and brown hair. Yeah. Okay. Well, she has more like an olive light. Okay, but anywho. And I couldn't see that well to see what color her eyes are. The Barbie dolls are of course all dressed the same, and they asked the kids to pick. They asked the children to pick which doll is good. Which doll is good? Yeah, sorry, which is their favorite doll? And which doll is bad? Now, there are more questions, but these are the 2 that I want to highlight here. You see, now, most Western countries have the same structure. This is why I reference America, because there's a lot of similarities that go on here too. Most Western countries have the same structure where you are in classrooms as a child with people of all different backgrounds and looks, right? So, my thought process is, honestly, that those kids only coming, you ask them to pick which one is good and which one is bad. They're only saying that one of them is bad because you asked them. They didn't ask them to go in depth about why they picked OG Barbie as... Okay, so basically in the experiment, 50% of the kids picked OG Barbie, so that's your blonde-haired, blue-eyed Barbie, as their favorite. However, when it comes to Barbie specifically, because that's who they were using, the reason why most kids, regardless of skin tone, are going to pick her is actually because... Is it recording? Okay, good. Is actually because she is the one who is on all the ads. She was on the websites. She's in the movies. That is who you associate with Barbie. All the other girls, Raquel, Lindsay, forgot the other names. All them girls are just, they're backup dancers. They're extras, man. So if you ask a 4-year-old to pick, she'll say, oh, this doll is good. Which is bad? This doll. She picks the dark skinned doll. It's not because the doll is black and dark skinned. It's actually because she has an appearance that is the furthest away from original Barbie. And original Barbie is good because original Barbie is the most popular Barbie. So even when you see a little black girl pick up blonde Barbie, she's not picking blonde Barbie up because she hates her skin and hair. Mind you, it's your job to teach your children why their skin and hair is beautiful. It's your job to teach them that beauty comes in all different skin tones. But anywho, she's picking that Barbie up because that is Barbie. I mean, they hand you. Let me get my phone so I can read the friend's name out the pictures. But here's a lovely little image. It's a lovely little image of them. I'll add it to the video. Who's your all-time favorite? Now this picture is perfect actually. It says who's your all-time favorite, and it has Barbie herself, Midge, who is ginger, Kira, who is Asian, Brooklyn, who is black but lighter skinned. You have Nikki, who is black and darker skinned. You have Christy, who has black hair and a olive skin tone. She looks Latina. You have Grace, who is also light skinned. I don't know Teresa, but like she's Latina in it. Yeah, but like, oh, and then you have, oh, that's not Barbie, that's Summer. Oh yeah, Summer got darker hair. Man, I don't care about these girls. I don't care about these girls. You put them in front of me and you put OG Barbie. I'm gonna pick Barbie. Everyone's gonna pick Barbie. I'm not just picking Barbie because I have blonde hair. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have blue eyes, do I? My hair and Barbie's hair is not actually the exact same shade of blonde. Oh, and although I have a white skin tone, I'm wearing fake tan right now, since I actually have to point it out every time, or they're going to say, they're gonna call me brown. Okay, cool. Anywho, I mean, technically, if you're wearing tan, you technically want to be brown. Oh well, but yeah, I'm not picking Barbie because of similarities. However, even if I did, I mean, what would be the problem? I have long light blonde hair. I have mid-length light blonde hair and some blonde hair extensions to make it long instead of mid-length. But yeah, that's the thing. People are not picking based on these most people, they are actually projecting. They are actually projecting onto their kids the reasons why they would pick the doll. They're projecting. Like, so your little dark-skinned daughter picks up blonde Barbie. Like, well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If I'm out here teaching, let's say, I don't think I could have a dark-skinned doll. Or could I? Okay, let's say I do. Okay. Or could I? I don't know. Let's say I do. I would be teaching her about how her skin is beautiful and how her dark skin and her dark hair and her dark eyes are all beautiful, right? And I would be telling her wonderful, lovely facts about having darker skin and darker hair and darker eyes, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do with children. That's how yours. You tell them wonderful facts about themselves. Like, I mean, I got a bunch of wonderful facts about blonde hair from my mom, and she ain't got blonde hair. Her hair's brown. But then I was born and raised in Western Europe, so it wouldn't be hard for you to find out wonderful facts about blonde hair. But still, you don't have to be like. But still, there are so many reasons as to why you would pick. There are so many reasons as to why you would pick. I'm sorry, I'm been looking. Barbie's family tree. Oh my god, okay. There's a lot going on. Wait, it cut off the one that talks about pets. But like, yeah, what was I saying? Whoever is the main character is whoever is the favorite. Every reason that you project, so every other thing that you project onto someone's reasoning for picking that person is just a projection from you. You're the one who sees it that way, not your child. Especially when you remember the age bracket that the experiment is done on, 3 to 7. Some of them aren't even saying full sentences yet, man. Is I see that, I mean, this the age bracket where you try and talk like your favorite TV characters. I mean, when I was like 3, 4, 5, I was trying to talk like Raven off of Teen Titans. Yeah, OG Teen Titans. Like, yeah, bruh. Yeah. I don't know what else to say if not yeah. It's like Barbie is not like Bratz and them, where like, you know how Bratz, like, they have 4 dolls. 4 dolls is the main characters, and all the dolls look different to each other. They're of different backgrounds. Jade is Asian, Yasmin is Latin, Sasha is black, and Chloe is white and blonde. Yeah, all of them look different. And so everyone has a doll that they can pick that they look like. But all the dolls they all have the same face as well. I think for both they have like the same faces. And then there are more people in that. I'm very well versed on the Bratz universe, you know. I think it's because when I was watching Barbie, I was younger, so I wasn't paying as much attention. I was just looking at Barbie. Here's my damn point again. Like, imagine your kid, they bring a Barbie to school and it isn't OG Barbie. Yeah, people are gonna look and be like, what's that? What's that? They ain't no Barbie doll, man. That's just a doll. Like, oh, but it's one of the friends. Like, yeah, then you didn't bring Barbie in. Nobody wants to be that kid who gets told, lol, you didn't bring Barbie in. Last thing I want to point out is that bad and ugly do not mean the same thing. I've already said that they're kind of pushing kids for the answer. They're really kind of pushing the children to give an answer, but like, bad is something that isn't good. It could literally be, again, I keep harping on about the popularity thing, but that's because it's true. Oh, it's bad because it's not the original. Versus like, oh, it's ugly. It's like, how does this prove racism and segregation in our 21st century? Because people favored the most popular doll of the franchise. Because you forced them to pick between 3 options. You didn't ask, hey, what's your favorite doll? You said, here are 3 dolls. You have to pick. One of the 3 is your favorite, and one of the 3 is bad. The questions aren't even equal. You said favorite doll and then bad. No, favorite and then least favorite. Because that would have been milder. You're not going to get as extreme. It's not as extreme enough. Back then they had very valid points about how segregation and slavery, etc., had affected people's views. But nowadays, no. Nowadays it doesn't apply. And I suppose this kind of goes with what I'm saying. Hold on, let me think of why this doesn't apply. Like, again, because we don't live in a segregated world anymore. And so kids aren't growing up looking at shows that directly, it's not like before where there's all kinds of, you know, back then they had all that propaganda that's like, oh, the blacks are dirty, they're bad, they're this, that, and the third. Kids are not growing up with that kind of media anymore. Yeah, they're growing up and, you know, you have black and white characters just jolly going together on TV shows, especially like kids' TV shows where they don't talk about serious issues. So they're not looking at them like this person is less than because they're dark. I favor, like, yeah, the main character is my favorite. Especially if someone feels like they look more, especially if someone feels like they look more like that doll. Why on earth would they not pick it? But you know what, yeah, I've already done a video on that kind of topic regarding myself and the feeling like the whole, oh, if you are racially black you should pick the black doll, which doesn't make sense. Because if you're light brown and you have brown hair, Yeah, let's use rat cells. If you're light brown and you have brown hair, but you're racially black, you look more like Yasmin than Tasha by default. Yeah, and then if you're like me, where you're racially black but you have blonde hair and white skin, you literally look more like Chloe than Sasha. The dolls all have the same facial features. This is literally, that one is literally a colors game. Actually, I do think that apart from those special limited edition Barbies that are meant to represent celebrities in different conditions, they actually all do have the same features. Yeah, most Barbie dolls, they have the same features. Most dolls in general, all these doll universes, because Polly Pocket and them kids don't know about that, they all have the same face. They just have different colorings so that others can relate and buy. I mean, brands only start putting other colored dolls in just because they realize that girls, it would make a lot more money if girls are able to buy dolls that look like them. But if you keep the blonde-haired, blue-eyed doll as the main doll of the franchise, they're gonna buy Barbie. Think about it, you're gonna buy Barbie too. You're gonna buy Barbie too. And the Barbie looks like you, so that you can come in with both, so nobody can tell you only got the backup dancers. You ain't got the head honcho. You ain't got the girl herself. I know I'm making sense. Oh, my last bit of critique is that ages 3 to 7 is a bit too young for anyone to be giving concrete reasons as to why they really think this or that. I think if you did the experiment again on people who are between like 8 and 13, you'll get some better ideas. Now, this is the age where people actually start to, leave dolls alone and start playing more with games, but they already have years of experience with the dolls, so they can tell you why they chose a doll. They can actually articulate themselves better. Anyway, these are just my thoughts.